Hi all, this is your video link to everyone who's bought the awesome Asador versus Bar 44 4-course meal for two on Mercado 44 click and collect this Saturday. Just a quick one before that, thank you to huge amounts of customers who've supported us through lockdown. 6 or 7 weeks now of Mercado 44, the click and collect, all the food, all the booze. It's been pretty emotional to see your support. Tom and Nat and I have had a great time going back to where we began, just cooking for you all and doing loads of drinks, as well as all the filming, etc. But those of you splashed out on our finale week on this menu, you're in for a treat. So it could get you back in the good books with the other half. You might have fun cooking it together and plating and doing sort of restaurant stuff at home. Or you might just sort of, one of you put your feet up whilst the other one does all the hard work. I'm hoping we've done most of it for you. Just going to quickly run through each course and what you need to do to start when you get these ingredients home, and then we'll break it down into each course, how to finish it and how to plate it. So, course number one, your starter, your cured salmon. We've cured this for you. We've done the pimenton creme fraiche, squid ink cracker, a few other bits and bobs. Then we've got your main, which is a duo of beef, beautiful Welsh salt-aged picanha, rump cap, ox cheek, really unhealthy potato puree, which is, well, we'll talk about that later, some charcoal courgettes. Then you've got, you could do these either way round, okay? But I think we'll do the dessert next, okay? All that here. Let me just say you need to put your Turon mousse or parfait into the freezer when you get home, okay? Put that in the freezer until you're ready to serve it. And the ganache, and chocolate ganache, put that in the fridge. Your cheese, which could come before or after the dessert, depending on how classic you are. Keep your cheese and accompaniments out of the fridge, so just keep them room temperature. So, starter course, going to be our cured salmon. We made this week for you. It's a classic in Asador, sells really, really well. And we've taken salmon, cured it for 3 days in salt, sugar, spices, and sort of a dry Spanish cider. I've taken it out and I've tranched it down for you. And this is enough for two as a starter. It's quite rich, so it should be sweet, salty, aromatic, really Moorish. And the main thing you need to do is get the slicing right, okay? So you could get between 4 or 6 slices out of this between 2 people. Doesn't look a lot, but it's going to fill you up. And with the accompaniments, it's a lovely sort of marriage, okay? You've got your pimenton creme fraiche, your squid ink cracker, which we've prepped and fried for you, and we've dried out some seaweed just to garnish. Get a really sharp knife, okay? If you have to cut really hard, it means the knife's not sharp enough, so you need to let it do the work for you. I've taken a nice small piece because obviously I want to give you guys the bigger pieces. I'll give you all the best bits, okay? There we go. You can plate this however you like, but if you want to sort of do a la Asador, you can do like so. You could do straight, you could fan it a couple of different ways. All we're going to do now is just do a little spoon. If you wanted to be really smart with this, you could get a hot spoon, which would make it come off the spoon easier. Your squid ink crackers, there, just nice and simple. And you're just gonna, not quite Ainsley style. And that's enough. So that is your starter. Should be really easy for you to do. Voila. Okay, main course. Big one, this one. You've got a 300 gram picanha between 2 of you. So obviously the big technical thing is getting that right. Okay, I'm going to show you how to cook it rare to medium rare. First thing you need to do, salt it, don't be shy. Got some Maldon here, which use any sea salt. I wouldn't use, on a steak this size, I wouldn't use sort of big rock salt. So grind it or use sea salt, like so. A little bit on the fat, okay? This has been aged for 40 days. You're gonna get that lovely mixture of beefy cheesiness and tenderness. Right, whilst that is coming up, salted nicely, by the way, you want this room temperature before you cook it, okay? A couple of hours out of the fridge before you come to cook. As I'm about to get that on, the ox cheek's already on. You can do it in a pan like that, or you've got it in a foil. So you could just put a loosen the lid, and whack it in the oven at 180 for sort of 20-25 minutes, and the ox cheek will be perfect for you. Okay? We've got our really naughty potato puree there with equal amounts, sort of butter, cream, olive oil, etc. And the courgettes that I've put on the charcoal in Asador for you all and seasoned them, so you don't need to do anything else except warm them through the oven 5 minutes whilst your steak's resting properly. Look at that pan, so hot. You want it dry, no oil. So you put oil all over that now, it's just going to splatter and smoke everywhere, okay? I'm just going to put that skin side on there, let that render down for a sec. When that fat starts rendering out, you'll probably want to open all your windows and doors to the kitchen and the fire alarm. So you can see that fat coming out already. You want to push it down just slightly at either end. Fine. That's what, 45 seconds on there, and then got a nice bit of colouring on the fat as well. Steak's on the go, ox cheek's on the go. You're gonna, whilst it's still cold, okay, gonna add some milk, just a good splash, and some good olive oil through your potato. This can be as loose as you like, because it's not meant to be a tight mash. It's meant to be a luxurious weekend treat. As this warms up, it will really loosen up, okay? You see this? Maris Piper's olive oil, cream, butter, a little bit of salt. And as soon as that's warm, that's ready. That's going to be a luxurious mash. We're now actually going to turn over. See? With a really good crust. And there, that crust will create that Maillard reaction where the caramelization of the meat really gets the sugars, natural sugars and the protein going. And that is where flavour comes from. It's not locking in the juices, like we used to say in the olden days. It's just improving flavour. That's probably had 3 minutes each side, maybe 30 seconds more. Rested for at least that, so it was probably 7 minutes in the end rest. What you want to do, chopping board, any juices that are, just get rid of those, stop them going on the plate. Most of them, if you rested it well, wouldn't have come out of the steak. So this is between two of you. First thing I'm going to do is cut the steak, again, sharp knife, straight down the middle. Okay, lovely cut there, okay. That's good for me. I would even have it slightly less. Lots of customers, that's probably the norm. So I'm going to put this into 2 really good slices for plating. You could go more. I'm going to save that for me, chef's treats. Okay, I'm going to just put those off centre with each other. And this is like the most, look at that. Luxurious mash, it's almost a sauce in itself. A spoon there, let itself sort of find its own way. And I think because it's so rich, that's enough for me. Just gonna pop that there and rest him. Okay. Just let it pool. Nothing fancy, just simple and clean. Put some around. Wish I hadn't done that now. There we are. You find your own way. When you're out of practice on plating, it's to get it back in. There we are. Put that there. And if you want, you could do a little bit of olive oil, but I think that's a lovely main, and I'm gonna. So we're doing dessert before cheese. Classically, you might do cheese before dessert, so take your pick. You've got a beautiful Churon parfait slash mousse. We used to do this years ago in Cambridge, like 15 years ago, but it tastes so good. We brought it back and it's currently on the Penarth menu. First thing, I'm going to show you the ganache, which is just going to sit on the bottom of the plate. If you want to do anything chefy, I'm not sure you have a blowtorch at home, but I'm going to show you just to get a bit of gloss on it. That's it. Sorry, moving around a lot. So now pop that off. There. Okay. That's just sitting there. Got some lovely sort of roasted mixed hazelnut and almond crumble. And you could, obviously that's for texture. Tastes amazing as it is, but you could sit your Churon off that. These oranges have been steeped in a stock syrup with made with the natural juice from the oranges from the market, and Lepanto brandy, one of my favourite Herethano sherry brandies, and then vat packed. So intensified that flavour. I'm just going to let some of the juice sit on there. It'll find its own way around. Really fresh but alcoholic hit. Then with this sort of semi-frozen mousse, up to you, but if you want a cleaner spoon, get it in some hot water and just literally take that. And here we go. Like so. Not my neatest, but it's not quite hard enough yet. That is going to be a gorgeous little dessert. Sickly, rich, but enough freshness. Sickly is a bad word, isn't it? Not sickly at all. Enough freshness with that orange. So chocolate, orange, the nuts, the Churon. Beautiful. Okay, your 3 cheeses. Don't really want to tell you how to suck eggs, because all you got to do is put cheese on a plate. But a few rules for me with cheese boards is don't overcomplicate it, keep it simple. Don't pile the cheeses up too close to each other because they're all very different. You don't want that mixing in together. So we've got beautiful Viarejo rosemary here. Got that there. Okay, that's cured for about 9 months. It's dipped in lard and then rolled in local wild rosemary. Stunning, stunning cheese. This torta de Cañarejal, also called cremoso. In fact, I was going to cut that up. Look, this is Ferran Adria of El Bulli, or El Bulli, his favourite cheese, and he always had it on his menu at El Bulli, famous obviously restaurant. And this is a Cabrales, so really pokey blue from the Picos Mountains in Asturias. I'm just going to pop certain ones next to what I think goes best. So the Membrillo, classic Spanish accompaniment of quince jelly. Next to the Manchego, the Cremoso, I think that our house tomato and shallot relish goes beautifully. And can't have a meal without sherry in our restaurant. So these raisins are steeped in Pedro Jimenez sherry, just brought up to the boil, turn the heat off, and that's it. And those almonds are for that as well. Got some lovely rye bread. Sorry, walnuts. Yeah, thanks. Tar. up however you like. I'm gonna slice them thinly for you and bake them till they're toasty. That's just a really simple, beautiful cheese board for two. Right, there we have it. Your 4 courses laid out for you. Obviously these are all individual and that's to share. But if you get through that with some booze, you'd be doing well and you'd be fed well. So hope you enjoy. Give it a go. Show us your plating on Instagram, Face, Twit, Book thing, anything, and show us what you're up to. So enjoy it. Thanks very much. We can't wait to see you when the restaurants are back open. Wow.